Listen carefully. This might hurt, but it might also be the most important thing you hear all year. It might just change your life. No one is coming to save you. I'll say it again so it sinks in. No one is coming to save you. Not your friends, no matter how much they love you. Not your family, no matter how much they want the best for you. Not your partner, not your boss, not some lottery ticket, and certainly not luck or time. If you're sitting there waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect person to magically appear and pull you out of the situation you're in, you're already losing. You are actively choosing to lose. And the worst part? You probably don't even realize it yet. You think you're just being patient. You think you're just waiting for the right time. But what you're really doing is giving away your power day by day, moment by moment. I know this because I've seen it happen. There was this person, let's call him Alex. And Alex was a good guy. Full of potential. Everyone said so. He had dreams. Big ones. But he was stuck. Stuck in a job he didn't like, in a life that felt too small for him. And he believed deep down that someone would notice his struggle. That someone would see the quiet desperation in his eyes, understand his silence, and see the potential he wasn't using. He was waiting for that movie moment, for a mentor to step in and say, "I see you. I've got you. Let's do this." So he waited. And he waited while life, in its relentless way, just kept moving forward. He watched friends get promotions, get married, buy houses. He saw them travel and build things. He scrolled through their lives on social media, a silent spectator to their progress. All the while, his own dreams sat on a shelf, collecting dust like old trophies from a forgotten time. He waited while his youth faded, while his energy dipped. And slowly, that flicker of hope he held onto turned into a dull ache of disappointment. Then it curdled into resentment, because nobody came. No one reached out with that magic lifeline. The world just kept spinning, indifferent to his silent plea. At first he was angry. He blamed the world. It's unfair, he'd tell himself. The system is rigged. Then he started blaming people. My friends are too busy for me. My family doesn't understand. My boss doesn't see my value. He pointed fingers everywhere but at himself. Then he blamed his circumstances. His lack of money, his lack of connections, his lack of luck. Every excuse was a comforting blanket, shielding him from the cold, hard truth. But one day, utterly exhausted, emotionally bankrupt, and broken by the weight of his own inaction, he finally collapsed. And in that moment of surrender, he was forced to face the truth he had been running from his entire life. The world doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't reward potential. It doesn't care about your good intentions. The world rewards one thing and one thing only: action. That day, something inside him shifted. It wasn't a lightning bolt from the sky. It was a quiet, profound internal click. The noise of all his excuses suddenly went silent. He stopped waiting. He stopped looking over his shoulder for a rescuer. He realized that the pain he was feeling wasn't a punishment. It wasn't a sign that he was a victim. It was a signal. A loud, blaring alarm bell telling him that it was time to wake up. It was a signal that it was time to take radical, 100% responsibility for his life. No more excuses. No more "I'll start on Monday." No more blunday. No more blaming others for a life that he and he alone was choosing to tolerate. He understood something incredibly powerful in that moment. If he didn't save himself, no one would. And that wasn't a tragedy. It was a liberation. It meant the power was in his hands all along. So he started small, ridiculously small. He didn't try to change his entire life overnight. That's a recipe for failure. Instead, he just made his bed. Then he went for a 10-minute walk. The next day, he did it again. He started showing up when it was hard, especially when it was hard. He dragged himself to the gym when every fiber of his being screamed to stay on the couch. He worked on his side project for an hour after his soul-crushing day job, even when no one was watching. There was no audience, no applause. He learned to discipline himself when the initial rush of motivation inevitably disappeared, because motivation is a fickle friend, but discipline is a loyal ally. And let me tell you, it was lonely. It was so incredibly lonely. Growth always is. When you start to change, you disrupt the world around you. People didn't clap for him in the beginning. In fact, most didn't even notice. The ones who did notice didn't always encourage him. Some even doubted him more. Why are you getting up so early? Why are you working so hard? Just relax. They were comfortable with the old him, and the new him made them uncomfortable. But this time, for the first time, it didn't matter. Their opinions, their doubts, their lack of support, it was all just noise. Because he was no longer waiting for their permission to build a better life. He was no longer seeking their approval. He became the help he was once so desperately praying for. He became his own hero. And here's what you need to understand, the core of this entire message. The moment you stop waiting for rescue, you become dangerous. I love that word. Dangerous. Not to others, but dangerous to your old self. Dangerous to your bad habits. Dangerous to your procrastination. Dangerous to the comfortable misery you've been living in. You become dangerous to the excuses that have held you captive for years. Dangerous to the limiting beliefs that you and others have placed on you. You become an unstoppable force of nature in your own life. That's when everything changes. Not because life suddenly got easier. Life never gets easier. The challenges just get bigger. It changes because you got stronger. You got more resilient. You got more disciplined. You built a backbone of self-respect, forged in the fires of daily promises you kept to yourself. So if you're listening to this right now and it resonates, if you're tired of feeling stuck in a loop, if you look at your life and feel like you're falling behind, if you're silently screaming for help, hoping something or someone will change your circumstances, let this be your wake-up call. Let this be the moment you finally hear the alarm. No one is coming to save you, and that's not bad news. It's the best news you could ever receive. Because it's the moment you realize that the rescuer you've been waiting for is you. It was always you. You were always capable of saving yourself. The strength, the courage, the discipline, it's already inside you, waiting to be unleashed. Don't wait for a new year, a new month, or a new Monday. Your life is happening right now in this very moment. Start today, start now, start small. But for the love of your future self, just start. Thanks for watching. If this helped, consider subscribing for more. You've got this.